Previously on J&B Lifestyle.
And I was like, somebody gonna get their heart broke out this situation. I feel it. She was like, I know somebody's gonna get hurt out this situation, and I don't want it to be me. So I wrote her back, being a, I'm just playing. I wrote her back and I was like, how do you know it's gonna be you?
What's up, J&B?
No, I'm just playing. What's up, y'all?
Be playing.
Cause I don't ever be yelling like that.
Yeah, you don't. You was loud. I hope they got.
Sorry if you got on headphones, cause I just blew your ear.
We are back with another one, y'all.
With another car video.
With a part 2, y'all.
Cause it's nice outside again.
It feels amazing out here. Are we looking at the camera? Like, what are you looking at?
I be looking at the camera.
See, I be looking at myself.
You ain't supposed to look at yourself.
So we back, y'all, with what we doing?
Part 2
on how we met.
Part 2 of the juice. What everybody been waiting on. Everybody been saying part 2. We about to give it to y'all.
Before we get into it, shout out to all our new subs and our loyal subs. We appreciate y'all.
We love y'all.
Thank y'all so much for all the support.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Don't forget, at the end, if you enjoy the video, like, comment, and
subscribe.
If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now.
And hit that notification bell so y'all can be notified first whenever we post, okay? All right. So
if y'all haven't watched part 1, y'all gotta watch part 1 because y'all won't understand any of this. It'll be like foreign language right now. So the link will be below. Part 1. So part 2, y'all, we left off on that kiss in the bathroom, right?
I think that's where we left off.
Yeah.
You kissed me.
Yeah, that was the last part.
Yeah. So after that situation happened, where this boat went over here, she just, shot her shot, to put lips on me, made my heart melt and all that gushy stuff. I think we was good, like, for a little while. We was just, still talking over the phone because I was, again, still in a relationship. I was basically trying to figure out how I was gonna tell the other person that I was with what was going on, or what was about to go down, because it was getting real heavy.
It was
real fast. Like, a lot of people say lesbians move fast. Like, I can kind of agree to that because it is true. But guess one day I was out kicking it with my ex and my sister and my niece, and we was at like a little play place, and they had like little bumper cars, race cars, and all that kind of stuff. Jay decides to call me, which I had to sneak and talk to her. I don't think, did you call me or did you text me?
I texted you and said I gotta talk to you about something.
Now, mind y'all, me and her texting, I had like a secret app on my phone. I had an Android at the time, so I had like this secret app on my phone where I was able to, text her and the other person would know. Y'all know how it is. If y'all downloaded secret apps before, y'all know how that stuff works. Right. You got to be able to access the app so you can see the messages. They don't just come through to your phone. So something told me, I think you text me.
Yeah, I texted you and said I gotta tell you something. I gotta talk to you about something.
She texted me and told me that she had to talk to me about something, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what this is about to be. I don't know if she's gonna tell me, like, let's just leave it alone, let's not do this. She don't feel right, because she had kept telling me she feel bad and yada yada yada, because she met my ex-girlfriend at the time, and I'm like,
because I'm a good person, y'all.
She is.
I got a caring heart.
She was caring too much about something that had nothing to do with her, because I was able to handle it on my own. Right.
So you gonna tell him, or you want me to explain it?
Yeah, you can tell him what you told me.
So basically,
y'all, this hurt my heart.
Y'all, this happened, right? Now, man, y'all, if y'all watch part 1, we named this person D or A.
Yeah, D.
Who was trying to block us from, like, being a thing.
Because D wanted J.
Right. She wanted me.
She wanted her, and she didn't want me and J to have no type of communication whatsoever. Like, she was trying to keep us separate from each other.
So in the midst of that, we were cool. Like, we used to kick it. We used to go out.
Which I didn't know. I would hear stuff around the job, because y'all know people talk. So I was hearing little stuff about them going over another coworker's house, chilling and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So one night we kicked it, and things things kind of escalated. She kind of threw herself at me, and I don't know why I caught it, but
you caught it. Why you catch it?
I don't know. It was the spare of the moment. Like, I ain't gonna blame the liquor. Like, I ain't even gonna do all that.
No, you was fully aware what you was doing.
It happened, y'all, and so after it happened,
J and D had relations.
Right.
Basically,
we had relations before me and Britt like kissed. Like, this was before that. This was like a couple weeks before that, y'all. We had relations.
She decided to tell me.
I felt like I had to get it off my chest because she told me my heart wasn't gonna be the one broken. So I'm like, let her know everything.
She has secrets, y'all. She has secrets.
Which me and D told each other, like, this is just gonna be between us. But I knew for a fact, y'all. I knew for a fact she was gonna tell Britt. She couldn't wait to tell Britt. Like, surprisingly, she didn't tell her because Britt didn't know until I told her. But shortly after I told Britt,
she told me.
She told her. So just imagine, y'all, had I not mentioned that to her, so
it would have been wrapped.
I thought it was the right thing to do to tell her that we had relations.
Yeah, and y'all, it broke me, like, for real. Even though we wasn't in a relationship, I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like she was obligated to just be faithful to me. Like, I don't know, something crazy in my mind. I guess because I was just that into her. Like, it really hurt me. But I was telling myself, like, you can't really be mad because technically y'all not together and you still got a whole situation going on that she cool with.
Right.
So, well, she wasn't cool with, but she was accepting of it and understanding of the time. So, it was just a lot.
She got me.
Ain't no us. She got you.
She did.
She got her, and then after Jay told me, she decided to tell me, just like any, basic female would do, just to stir up some drama. And I told her, I was like, I already knew. And she was like, oh. I was like, yeah. You ain't have to tell me that. I already found out. But she, after that, I guess, after that situation happened, they, like, ended whatever friendship they had going on. Did y'all end the friendship?
Sure. Definitely.
I remember, y'all, this is so funny. I remember one day, I think this was after, like, Jay stopped talking to her. The girl went and got dressed up, got her makeup done, and she came to work with Jay a dozen roses and the key to her place. Mind you, the girl was in a relationship.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That ain't my story to tell, but I'm just saying, like, she was really crazy about Jay, like, scary crazy about her.
Yeah, that threw me off.
I was like, oh my God. I remember me and you and V was talking, like, what you gonna do? Like, what you finna tell her?
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
That tripped me out. I was like, wow, she's in love.
And I'm looking like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Like, seriously, she in love by herself because...
Nah, you had something to do with it.
Man, look. Anyway.
If you gave her what you give me, then I know.
Really?
I'm just saying.
You think that's
I'm
what you
just
think?
saying.
I never give anyone what I give you.
I'm just saying. Why she was in love then?
Anyway.
Exactly.
What is the next part? So after that, y'all.
After that situation happened,
I had to just break all ties with her. I had to let her know, like, this ain't that. You can't be doing this. Even though me and Britt wasn't out, like, as a couple, because she still had her, was in her relationship. But I had to let her know. So we fell out, and she was mad, of course, and I guess her girl found out some things about me and her, and she was supposedly came up to the job to shoot me. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hearing that.
I'm the one that told Jay that because old girl was still cool with me.
Old girl is, right.
D was still cool with me. And she was telling me, like, oh my God, my girl found out that I like Jay and blah, blah, blah. She threatening her, talking about she gonna try and come hurt her, come shoot her at the job one day when she coming out. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's serious. I was like, why would she want to, hurt her? When you the one doing your dirt.
Exactly.
Like, you in a relationship, but she don't.
Right.
I'm like, that's not cool. I was like, you need to let her know. She was like, I'm not telling her that. I'm not finna do that. That's gonna mess up everything. And I'm like, okay. So I secretly went and told Jay, like, look, you need to be watching out for yourself because old girl, baby mama, she wanna hurt you.
Right.
So
I feel like I got a short attention span in here. I keep looking away. I keep looking at, like, my surroundings.
Cool. But I told Jay, like, watch out for her girlfriend. If you ever see her, you need to go back inside the job where the security at because I don't know what she gonna do. you know, most people just talk stuff, but when people say stuff like that, like, you just gotta believe them, like, because you never know what can happen. People are really that crazy.
And that was crazy to me. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yeah, this is too much. This girl, I gotta just cut off all ties with her, period. Like, so from that, Britt ended up moving. She was in the process of moving, y'all, doing all this. She was moving from Illinois to Indiana with her ex.
Yeah.
Like, I
had a whole life going on, basically. But it was so complicated, y'all. It's like real hard for me to explain. Like, the lease was up where we was at, so we already had said we were gonna be moving to Indiana, and this was way before I met Jay.
Right.
So that situation was coming about. I was moving, and I ended up moving into the new place with my ex. And when that situation happened, I think we were still on good talking terms, me and Jay. Like, we hadn't fallen out. We were still just, you know, being sneaky.
I was trying to stray away from my situation because another crazy thing, right before me and Britt, like, me and her decided that we was gonna be a thing, my situation had gotten into a bad car accident, and she messed up her leg, so she literally was solely, like, dependent on me to do damn near everything. So I'm like, I'm in some shit because I can't not be here for her, because I ain't that type of person. Like, if you put your trust in me that I'm gonna take care of you and look out for you, that's the type of person I am. Like, I'm gonna do that. And I'm still having to go to her house and, you know, do shit for her, buy her food, and just all type of shit that I had to do all while Britt moving to Indiana. It was just like,
it was a lot going on both ends.
It was.
Like, seriously, it was a lot going on. I remember one day, like, me and Jay, we was on the phone. I was on my way home by myself. That was the only time we could talk, when I was by myself and when she had free time. So it was like, if you don't answer my call, my feelings is hurt, because you know this the only time I got to talk to you.
Right.
But anyway, one day I was driving home, and we made a commitment that we would not have sex, you know, with anybody else. Like, it would just be just us communicating, and there would be no sexual activity with our partners or whomever.
Right.
We was just gonna, you know, go, what is it called?
Monogamous?
No. When you don't have sex.
Celibate?
Yeah, we was gonna be celibate for that little period of time. Oh. She agreed and I agreed that we wasn't gonna have sex with nobody else outside of us. We wasn't doing nothing at the time, but I'm just saying. So after that happened,
you think they confused?
I hope y'all not confused. I hope y'all following us. Yes, we kind of jumping, but it'll all tie in together at the end once we done.
Yeah.
So after your situation hurt her leg, Jay was basically playing babysitter. Like, she had to be there with her, helping her, and she was telling me, like, she heard and I'm the only person she got, and she lost her mom in a situation, and she was basically trying to make Jay feel bad and make her be there for her. And because of the type of person that she is, she's a really loving, caring person. She's gonna give you that. You know, she's gonna give you that no matter what you've done to her or whatever. She gonna be that, you know, that caring person that you can, you know, lean on when you need them. So that was Jay's duty.
Right. So we was like, me and my situation, we was like a year in before I met Britt. So like a year before, right when I met her, her mom died. And I felt this huge like guilt in my heart, like I gotta be here for her. Like, I can't imagine losing my mom. And then her dad, like, I don't know, he's some big boss with the sports industry, and so he was never around. She was the only child, so it was like all she turned to was me.
So basically, I moved to Indiana, and Indiana was like an hour away from my job at this point. So I think somehow I'm skipping, y'all. I'm fast forwarding at this point because the story is like, it can drag out forever. So I think me and my ex ended up having to go to work this particular day together because we didn't have the same schedule.
Right.
But we had to go to work this particular day together, and we had gotten into like a really bad argument, and she broke up with me. Like, on our way walking into the damn job, she broke up with me. So I think you were out of town.
Yeah, I went to my cousin's wedding.
Yeah, Jay was
Alabama.
out of town. and she was coming back that night, and I had texted her. I'm like,
come get me,
and she was like, come get you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I just need, you know, like a break away from everything. And she was like, okay. So she came to the job, and she waited until I got off. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Superwoman.
Yeah, I got off at like 10 or 11 at night.
Literally me coming from like a 10-hour drive from Alabama.
Yeah, and then she came to the job and waited on me to get off. And I left with her. And my ex, she got off an hour after me. She come blowing my phone up, y'all. Like, it's understandable.
Right.
She blew my phone up, and she was just like, where are you? I was like, don't worry about me. I have a ride home. I'll be okay. So I'm with Jay. And she like texting me, calling me. I answered one time, and I told her I'm good. Don't worry about me.
And when she answered, y'all, this girl screaming and hollering through the phone,
like going off. I'm like, you
crazy.
broke up with me. Like, we not together right now. I'm single. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I just want to be away from you. So I left the job. Me and Jay, I think we went and picked up your friend that day.
Yeah, I picked up
my
friend.
And we went back to her house.
To my friend's house.
And y'all, like, I don't know, I feel like this was like the best time of my life. We was just chilling in the house, and I feel like this was the best time of my life. Like, this was the first time I actually felt free, like away from all the stress and all the anger and all the everything that was just built up in that relationship. I felt like this was like the biggest break, because I had been with this person for 4 years. We had lived in Nebraska together. Like, I was taken away from all my family and friends, so it was just me and this person for 4 years straight. So I had never been outside of her. So when I did get that break, like, it was, man, I felt like I was 15 again. Like, I was a teenager again, able to do what I wanted. Like, I ain't had nobody telling me this is what you need to do, this is what you gotta do. Like, it was the best. Like, it was an indescribable feeling. And I chilled. Me and Jay was gone for like 2 days.
2 whole days.
I didn't go home for 2 days. And she literally panicking, blum. I turned my phone
family.
I turned my phone off.
Everybody.
She called my family. They was about to get ready and put a police report out on me. The second day I turned my phone back on, and my stepmom called me and was like, well, where the hell are you? Like, where are you at? Like, this girl is calling me every day trying to figure out where you at. She panicking. We about to call the police. I'm like, I'm okay. And she know I'm okay. I told her I was all right. Don't worry about me. She was like, oh my God, do not do that to me. She was like, she literally telling everybody you got kidnapped. And I'm like, why would she do that?
Right.
I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that was just so stupid. Like, you worrying my family when I already told you I'm good.
Yeah.
But...
And I still remember we ain't had no clothes. We went to Walmart.
Yeah, we went to Walmart.
We bought
and
jogging pants, some t-shirts, some toothbrushes. Like, it was crazy. That was our look.
It was a little mini vacation.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, for us to finally, that was our first time, like, actually kicking it together.
All right.
And I think, like, the next day we had went and got tatted together.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was a real chill day. Like, that was a real good day.
So after that, because we got to speed it up.
Yeah.
So after that, y'all, so I'm gonna talk about what I was going through days, because man, Andrew, I was basically kind of living with somebody. So as time went on, like after me and her kicked it, I'm like, okay, it's time that I gotta let my situation know that we ain't gonna be a situation no more. Like, that's, you know, we gotta call it quits.
I'm petty.
Now, y'all, like, she was a dope person. She was a beautiful girl. Like, she, like, from the outside looking in, you would think this is a perfect person. Like, but inside, like, she was evil as hell. Like, she used to curse me out. She used to hit me. She was just crazy as hell. But, so anyway, when I thought about that, I ain't feel as bad as for leaving, like, how I did. One day I went to her crib. I gave her a key, basically, like, I can't do this no more. I can't really remember exactly what happened before then. But I still remember, y'all, I go to her crib, she ass naked. Like, and that's expected, because us women, y'all know we walk around the house like that. And I'm texting Britt, like, everything, so she knows, so she's aware.
She's telling me everything.
I'm nervous, I'm shaking, I feel like I'm cheating. Like, even though we didn't say that we was in a relationship at that time, but still, I feel like I was cheating. And she just want to go off on me, y'all. I smell bleach in her crib, right? She bleached damn near all of my shoes, all my clothes that I had in her bathroom. Everything. I was so pissed. I'm a shoe head, y'all. She messed up so many of my shoes. That's the main thing, like, that I was pissed off about, was my shoes. I didn't even really care about the clothes. And of course, she wanted to put up a fight because she was abusive. And she just, I don't know, it was just crazy. I'm like, it's not that serious. Like, you shouldn't want to be with somebody this bad. Like, this is scary at this point. Like, you crazy. So I forget how I got out that jam. I think I just left. Like, I gave her the key. Yeah. But when I went back, how I ended up when she fucked up my car? I forget, honestly.
I don't know. That was a whole nother situation.
Why did I go to her crib?
I have no idea. I still don't know to this day why she was over there.
I forget, y'all. I don't even remember. But another situation. Nah, for real. Yeah, I really can't think why I went to her crib that time.
I don't either.
Anyway, so
I still don't know.
Because that wasn't the same time.
No, it wasn't. That was 2 different times.
But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna just tell y'all a couple things that this crazy woman done put me through. One day she came to the job, wanted to fight me. Basically, y'all, we worked at a call center, so you know it's cameras everywhere. She come to the job, she waiting on me by my car. I never wanted her to know where I worked at because I know she crazy as hell. So I go to the car, I see her cousin car next to mine. I'm like, okay. She want to get out and fight me, like acting crazy. Like, you not about to leave me, you got me effed up. We put all this time and it was only a year. Like, she was just psycho, for real. And then another time, I really can't remember why I went back to her house. Did I go get the rest of my stuff? I can't remember. I really can't. I'm trying to think.
I guess that could be another story time. Because that was pretty interesting. She done been through a lot.
Yeah,
she went through a lot to get out of her situation, and I went through a lot to get out of my situation. So, you was going to say something?
No, go ahead.
So after that, I'm like, okay, Jay, I'm going to go home tonight. Just take me home. Mind you, that's like an hour, 30 minutes away from where we was at because I lived in Indiana. So she took me home that night from like the west side to Indiana. And luckily, when she took me home, old girl wasn't there. My ex wasn't at home. So I went in the house and I'm just like, I'm nervous because I don't know what the heck finna happen. I don't know like what's gonna happen when she walk in the house. Like, I was just ready for anything. So Jay leave me. She did come. Didn't you come in the house?
No, my friend went.
Oh yeah, she told me she had to use the bathroom. I'm like, girl, do you know what's finna go down right now?
About to get shot.
Luckily, she wasn't home. So I think like maybe like 10 minutes after me being in the house, she come home. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. So she like, where were you? Like, she crying, bawling as soon as she see me. Like, where were you? Why would you do that to me? Why would you leave? Yada, 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 yada. And I'm just like, I'm not happy. I was like, I'm not happy in this relationship anymore. I don't want to keep holding on to something that's not there. And I'm just ready for it to be over. She was like, where were you? Where were she? Just ignored everything that I said. And she was like, I just want to know where you was at. Who was you with? I'm like, I was with a friend. And she was like, who was you with? And I was like, I was with Jay. She knew who Jay was because her brother introduced her. So she was like, what was you doing with her? Like, when did y'all become friends? Like, she was just asking me 1,001 questions. So I'm just constantly like, we just cool. And she like, okay, whatever. And I don't know how, but the situation was done, right? The situation was done. Couple days go by. We both back at the job.
This random, y'all. This don't make no sense. Like, why do we have 3 Vaselines in?
Because we like our lips to be moisturized. Look, you about to use one right now. We addicted. So, couple days go by, a couple weeks, I think, and we back at work like nothing ever happened.
We still texting on our app.
We still talking and, you know, seeing each other at work and chilling or whatever. And I think this night, Jay texts me because some things happened when we stayed at her friend's house.
And one day I went to your house, remember? And some more things happened.
You did. Like during that time frame,
when she moved to Indiana. Yeah, I came and visited.
After the old girl was at work, she came over on my off day, and I was being bad, y'all.
Yeah.
So
I was risking my life, y'all.
Seriously, we both was, cause she crazy. She's crazy. But this particular day, Jay texts me, and she
She used to call me J Baby, by the way.
Yeah, I used to call her J Baby. And she texted me and she said, all I can hear is you screaming J Baby. That was the message. And after that, she texted me and she told me, please make sure, because I was getting off when we was texting. It was late. I was getting ready to get off, and so was old girl. She was like, make sure you close your app or delete these messages or something. And I was like, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Right.
I was like, whatever happens, happens. Because I really didn't care anymore.
And that was crazy. And I told her that because she used to tell me some of the crazy stuff this girl tried to do, like try to fight her and I'm like, if she put her hands on you, then I'm going to jail, period. So to avoid that, we gonna do this in an adult way, and you gonna have to sit down and tell her I need to be with you or something. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I know if she found out just by her snooping, then ain't no telling what she might do to you. You know, she might snap. So I'm telling her, make sure you extra careful. And just this night, she wanna be bold and bad. She forgot to delete what I had wrote, and then
I also got in the car, and I don't remember what else I was doing, but I was waiting on her to get off. And when she got in the car, like, I didn't have time to go through my phone and close stuff out. So I was like, forget it. I'm gonna just keep my phone on me.
The job from Indiana was like an hour away.
Yeah. So from this time, we in the car together, me and my ex, and I fell asleep because it was an hour drive. It was like going on 12 o'clock at night. I fell asleep in the car. I wake up to my phone getting thrown in my lap, and she screamed and scared the hell out of me. Like, she screamed to the top of her lungs and was like, who the F is this? And I was like, I woke up and I was like, what is wrong with you? She was like, who are you talking to? Who is this person? What is these messages? And I'm like, oh. I think I just said, oh. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, who is this? You need to start talking. I'm like, you saw. I was like, what did you see? And she was like, you know what I saw? I was like, okay, so I don't have to explain nothing. And she was just going off, y'all. I was like, you saw the messages. And she was like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Like, she just kept asking me over and over again. And I was like, that's Jay. And she was like, I thought that was just your friend, yada, yada, yada. Like, she was just going off. And I'm like, I mean, technically we are friends. And she was just like, I need you to start talking. And I'm like, well, we could talk when we get in the house, because y'all, we was on the expressway and this girl was literally swerving, and I was so scared. I'm like, she's like crazy enough to flip us, like that's, or get into a car accident on purpose type stuff. Like, I was scared. I'm like, can you just calm down? We can talk when we get to the house. Like, we got 30 more minutes to ride in this car together. I'm like, just calm down. And then I'm like, why are you going through my phone anyway? Like, we don't do that. Why you going through my phone?
Because she was suspicious. She wondering why you been acting different. Probably ain't been giving it up. Well, you better not have been giving it up.
Here we go. Anyway, so she going off the whole way there, y'all. I'm just silent. I just stopped talking because I'm like, I need you to pay attention to the road. I'm like, if you ain't gonna calm down, just pull over and let me drive. She know I'm driving, yada yada yada, screaming, crying. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die tonight, like for real. And when we got to the house, I think she had grabbed my shirt, and she was like, I need you to start talking. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, that's Jay. The messages that you saw are from Jay. And she was like, so what is this? What is going on between y'all? I'm like, I still ain't say nothing, y'all. Like, I'm still not talking.
Because the proof was in the text message.
Right,
like,
she saw.
Obvious.
She had read a lot, because when I opened up my phone, it was like all the way down. I'm like, I don't know how she was doing that in driving, but she had read a lot. She had read a lot of messages out the phone, so she saw a lot of stuff that we was talking about. And we get in the house. I mean, no, we still in the car. She's screaming. Mind y'all, we just moved over here. So I'm like, all these people are about to start coming outside their house. Like, she punching the steering wheel and telling me I'm lucky it's not me. Like, she was just going off, like, just going crazy. So she get out the car. I'm still sitting in the car. She goes inside the house. I called Jay. I'm like, she found out. I'm like, she know that me and you
I'm
are
like,
talking.
What? Whoa.
She was
how?
like, how?
Just the same night I tell her to make sure she extra careful.
Yes.
She found out.
So I called Jay. I'm like, she crazy. If something happened to me, you know. Like, Jay, like, do you want me to come get you? I'm like, no, please do not come out here, because it's just gonna be too much. So she comes outside and she see me on the phone. So
and
I'm
all I hear is like screaming and yelling.
I'm like, I'm gonna call you back. So I hung up the phone.
So now I'm in instant panic mode.
I lock her out the car because I know she crazy. So I rolled the window down and she like, who is that? Who are you talking to? I was like, I was talking to Jay. So I'm gonna just be honest from this point. I was talking to Jay. I'm telling her that you done found out about us, yada, yada, yada. She going crazy. She opened the car door. She snatched my phone out of my hand. And she like, call her back right now. I'm like, no, I'm not finna do that because you gonna say something crazy. I already know. So she literally yanking on me and pushing me. And I finally get out of the car because I'm like, at this point, I'm finna have to defend myself because you doing too much. So I get out the car. Me and her literally wrestling on the hood of the car. And a lot of people start coming out their house because she was screaming to the top of her lungs. Like, I'm just trying to get her off of me, and she's screaming. Like, people start coming out on their balcony, like, and people like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And she going off. I'm like, they finna call the police. I'm like, you acting stupid. We in this country town. They finna say it's 2 black girls out here losing their man, and the police gonna come and arrest us. I'm not ready to go to jail because you want to be stupid. So somehow, I don't know how. Oh yeah, she told me, she was like, well, call her right now and tell her everything that y'all had going on is done.
So I'm at the bowling alley, y'all. My homie V, she told us that she was moving to Florida, so we had a little kickback. We went to the bowling alley and then we was going out that night. So I'm at the bowling alley. I'm like panicking anyway, got my phone in my hand trying to see if I'm gonna hear from her again.
And then I called her. And
then she called me.
I called her while we was outside, and I'm like, we can't do this no more.
And I'm like, now, she done told me. I ain't gonna be the one getting my heart broke, but she breaking my heart right now.
And it wasn't that I was breaking her heart. Like, I wanted her to know that wasn't genuine. Like, I couldn't say much because I'm trying to calm this person down from doing something crazy. Like, I'm thinking about my life and my well-being, so I just, did what would calm her down. She said that will make her happy, so I called Jay and I'm like, we can't do this no more. I'm sorry. And I think she like snatched the phone out of my hand and she arguing with Jay on the phone.
Right, now she want to get tough. I'm like, girl, now I done already cut you some slack. I already felt sorry for you. She want to talk all this big bad when I see you, this and that.
You ugly, you ain't even cute. Like, she was just, I'm like, why are you doing all that?
Right,
I'm yelling like, Jay, just hang up the phone. Jay, just hang up. Like, she being stupid, like, just hang up the phone. So Jay friend grabbed the phone and she arguing with her. I'm like, oh my God. And
it was crazy.
V, like, we finna come out there. Since you talking all this big bad stuff, we finna come out there. And I'm like, please do not come out here. Like, this is gonna be too much. I'm not ready for this. So somehow we end up in the house. I don't even remember. And she just going off, pacing the floor, walking back and forth, throwing her body into the floor, screaming and crying. I kind of felt bad, but I'm like, you just being like overly dramatic.
Exactly.
Like, it's just too much. Like, it wasn't that good. Like, our relationship wasn't that good unless you saw something that I didn't see. Like,
right.
I just didn't get where all of that was coming from. And she was just screaming, talking about, I don't know you no more. She don't know me, saying that I'm not the same person. And I'm like, I know I'm not. I'm not that same person no more. I'm no longer your doormat. I'm no longer scared of you. So it's like, I don't have to do what you say, or I don't have to be in this relationship no more. Like, I want out of the relationship. And she was like, I don't understand where this is all coming from. Like, did you and her have sex? And she just talking. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Yes, we had sex more than once. I don't want to be with you anymore. And that was that. And she just, the whole night, just screaming. When I say the whole night, like, I slept on the couch that night. I really didn't sleep because I was up, like, panicky, thinking that the girl was gonna come kill me. So I'm up all night, and she literally, y'all, like, no BS, screaming to the top of her lungs for like 5-6 hours straight, like, just crying. And I'm like, oh my God, like, somebody's gonna call. Shockingly, nobody called the police. I'm like, somebody gonna call the police, and I'm knocking on this door thinking that I did something to the girl. I think like the next day, I don't remember.
I didn't hear from you till like the next day or something. I know Shorty, like, she held her hostage and shit, like,
yeah.
She ain't let her, she like blocked, like barricaded her in a room. It was just a whole lot of crazy shit, but I know.
We fist fought. I had never gotten into a fight with, well, I had gotten into fights with people before, but not in like a physical altercation with a person that I was in a relationship with. So that like blew my mind that was going on. Like it was a lot.
Right. So for me that night, when she told me like this, we can't have this, I got drunk, and I think
you deleted my number out your phone.
Yeah, I deleted her number on my phone. I think I blocked her and everything. Like I couldn't believe it, because I'm like, I could have just came and got you. Shorty was not about to do anything to you while I was right there. Period. Like I could just come and get you and this over. Like
you come get me, and then she been done stabbed you in the forehead or something.
Man, I wasn't worried about that at all.
You never know what people crazy do.
So the next day, that next morning, me and my homie wake up and we went to go get some chicken because we both was hungover. And Britt called my homie phone.
Now, mind y'all, this was the next day. Girl went to work. I stayed home. I'm like, I'm not riding in the car with you no more because you might try and drop me off in the forest somewhere. So, girl, she went to work and I was at home and I'm blowing Jay's phone up at this point. I'm like, I know she couldn't have believed, like, I know she heard all this commotion going on. I know she didn't think, like, I was serious.
And I was stubborn. I'm like, no, you shouldn't have said it. You shouldn't have said it.
Her phone was going straight to voicemail, so I didn't even have V's number. I had to call another coworker to get another coworker's number that had V number. She was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to give out her number, but I'll give it to you. So she gave me her number. I called V, and luckily they was together. And I'm talking to V. I'm like, look, let her know that's not how I feel. I told her what was going on. Like, she knew that one day the situation was going to happen, and I know I told her I wasn't going to hurt her, but I was in a situation where I had to think of myself. I had to protect myself. So she was like, okay, I'm going to talk to her. She don't want to talk to you right now, but I'm going to talk to her. I was like, bring her to my house. And she was like, I see. She asked her. I remember she asked Jay while I was on the phone, and Jay told her no, she don't want to come to my house. So I'm upset and crying, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, like, all this is for nothing. Now I'm just by myself and stressed, and it was a lot.
Yeah. So when Britt and V got off the phone, my homie we sitting in the car, and I'm just like, she bogus, man. Like, this ain't how it's supposed to end. And I'm like, I don't got time for this. Like, I'm not about to play these games. Like, I just broke it off with my situation, which was good. I ain't saying that I would have stayed with her, but I'm just saying, like, I done cut off everybody. Not even my situation. Like, exes, because I was the type of person that was cool with all my exes. I don't know if y'all are types to think that it's okay to be cool with your exes.
Some people do, but I don't.
Yeah, I was cool with all my exes. I cut off everybody for her. Like, it was just, I'm like, I'm ready. You told me you was ready, so what's up? Like, so she threw me off. But anyway, my homie V was like, Jay, she like, man, y'all done been through all this already. She like, y'all in love. Like, I know it's early, but y'all, she was like, y'all it. She was like, you need to just go on out there and talk to it. And I'm like, man, forget it. Let's take the trip. Let's make the rats. Let's drive to Indiana.
So V texted me like, we on our way. I was like, oh my God, like, thank you. I was like, thank you, Lord. Like, she see that it's some whole other stuff. Like, it's not what it meant. It's not, I didn't mean what I said. Like, that's what I was trying to get her to understand. They came to my house. Luckily, girl, she was away. I don't know if she went to work or not, but she was gone. And
we made love.
Yeah.
We made a lot of talking
that night, and
we told each other we love each other that night.
Yep. It was real deep.
Yeah.
We made the best love I had ever had in my life. Like,
agreed.
It was deep, y'all. Like, for real. Like, some Lifetime movie network type stuff. Like,
yeah.
Something I'll never forget. Okay. My money.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah.
After that,
the rest was history.
Well, let's talk about Shorty ended up moving to, because I was still living with y'all know I was in and out with my mom.
I think we should have a part 3.
A part 3?
This video is already at 41 minutes. I think we should have a part 3. Y'all gonna be mad at me, I know, but I feel like we should have a part 3.
If y'all want a part 3.
If y'all want a part 3. You cool with a part 3?
I'm down with a part 3.
Because this gets deeper.
It is, y'all. It's crazy. It's a lot. We can't
make this stuff up, y'all. Like, this our process of getting together was deep. Like,
it was.
We both experienced a lot of crazy stuff to get to where we are today. So I cherish this relationship.
Me too. Let me kiss.
But if y'all want a part 3
comment down below
this story,
and we promise y'all the part 3 gonna be it. Like, we gonna have to wrap it up.
We gonna finish it in part 3
about how we actually like.
But right now I'm trying to get in this mall, y'all, because we sitting outside the mall parking lot. I'm trying to get in this mall, and this video is already 42 minutes. Like,
right, yeah.
That's, y'all gonna get tired of watching it. So we gonna give y'all part 3, but I want this video to get to 100 likes.
100 likes for part 3?
Yes.
Okay. 100
if
likes
y'all
for part 3.
If y'all can get this video to 100 likes,
we'll do a part 3.
We will do a part 3, and comment down below what y'all think so far about the video, and if y'all want the part 3.
It's crazy. Like, we know y'all probably like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you wouldn't believe it.
I always tell babe we should write a book. Like, seriously, like, we should write a book and have our characters set. Like, that will be a good book.
It will.
I will read that book.
Me too. But yeah, so let's wrap it up.
All right, y'all, we gonna go ahead and wrap the video up for y'all today.
I can't even see.
It was nice talking to y'all.
We miss y'all.
We missed y'all. We gonna be back more consistently, we promise.
For sure.
Just wait on it. We love the support y'all been giving us, and that, you know, pushes us to want to do more and keep pushing for this, you know, to go further. But until next time,
we are forever young,
forever blessed,
and we out.
Peace, y'all. Love y'all.